Adults, lawmakers, and government, listen up. Why is this happening? Why should there be a need to practice what to do if someone with a gun gets into my school? Why, government?
I noticed a shiny new decoration on one of the walls. A bright red bleeding trauma first aid kit. But I quickly realized that the school admin knew that bright red box could very well be the last chance to save a student's life.
I'm ashamed to admit this, but I didn't care until I had to. I didn't care until my school started implementing active shooter drills in order to protect us. I didn't care until my peers and I were forced to cower in a corner, alarms echoing through the abandoned hallways. I didn't care until on the first day of school my teacher greeted us with the words, "Don't forget to throw your books at the shooter kids," and "I'll hit him with the bat while you run." I didn't care until learning how to survive being shot by an assault rifle became my reality. These guns aren't what's keeping us safe, they're what's making us afraid.
None of us questioned why we were suddenly replacing math classes with making cards for the victims. No one explained to us why we suddenly had to turn off all the lights and hide in the lockers once a month. It's just something we have to do now, they said. These things happen.
Never before have schools put in place emergency drills to prepare students for something their community can fix. School districts can't control a tornado, and we can't control an earthquake, but we can address gun violence. Common sense gun control legislation wasn't controversial until we realized how powerfully our government on federal and local levels is controlled by people who profit off of unrestrained gun sales. It is only when children are massacred that we're talking about this. Common sense gun control is not about taking away rights, it's ensuring that everyone can enjoy theirs.
It's not okay that children and teenagers are shot at schools. It's not okay that dozens of people are shot going to temple, church, or mosque to pray and practice their faith. New Zealand enacted a law within less than a week after the massacres that killed 49 Muslims. Why has there not been nearly a rapid response here in the United States?
When we realized our problem, we couldn't figure out how to make something so simple more profound than it actually is.
It's exasperating to watch America have to advocate, raise money, and hold marches just to get a simple solution passed in legislature.
A ban on semi-automatic rifles within 72 hours.
Private schools known for intolerance opening their doors and editing the dress codes just to allow students to wear hijab.
The Prime Minister refusing to speak the murderer's name no matter how many times she was prompted.
Police officers attending implicit bias training and a class on Islam at the mosque that was attacked.
And so much more, all within 7 days.
It's embarrassing. Recognize what 10 and 11-year-old kids could back in 2012. We have a problem, and now it's time to make changes to fix it.
When I'm able to vote, starting with all the 2020 and federal and local elections, I will tell you for sure, my peers and I will be looking at what our representatives have done to address gun violence. I don't understand why it is even a debate in our legislature that gun owners have to carry their license when they carry a gun. So what am I going to do about that? I'm gonna vote. It is up to us to vote for people that will address and promote common sense gun control. It is up to us to support legislation that will protect people, not companies which profit off of unrestrained gun sales. It is up to us to do something. If our representatives won't, then we will. Allowing gun violence is not who we are as Iowans and not who we are as Americans. It is up to our actions, not our words, to fix the fixable, to prevent the preventable, and to protect those most in need of protection. This isn't about taking away people's rights, it's about protecting a student's right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
The NRA tries to tell physicians this is not our lane and we have no place to advocate for the public. But when healthcare professionals are the ones that have to care for people bleeding out right in front of them, or tell loved ones that a family member passed away because of a gunshot wound, this is in fact our lane. As a medical student, this is my lane. When the American people are involved, it is everyone's lane. This is a public health issue. The numbers do not lie. We want politicians across the country and in Iowa to look at ways to protect their citizens. Drivers need to go to the DMV to take an exam and order operating machinery. How is it that people can use loopholes to purchase firearms at gun shows? We have the ultimate power of the people, and that's the power to vote. We need to keep this momentum going all the way to 2020. Iowa was the first state to vote during the caucus, and we set an example for the rest of the United States during the presidential cycle. Everyone's interested in how we vote and which issues matter to us the most. We're going to show our legislators that everyone wants gun safety laws and that we want them now. We have the right to be heard.
We are your future, but your future is being traumatized. Your thoughts and prayers aren't helping. We need action now. Thank you.
people a hand. God bless all of you. 2, 3, our future. Our future. Our future.